Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is Mehak Upadhyay, a legal intern at Lexis & Company. Today's topic of discussion is post-poll alliance. So, as we all know, for forming a government either at a state level or at national level, means center government, there should be a majority party, a party winning the election with at most 50%. With at least 50% of the total seats. So these majority parties either could be a single party, means a single party having majority in the assembly or in the Lok Sabha or parliament, or it could be a coalition of two or more parties before they file the electoral nominations. And so that such coalitions we call them pre-poll alliance. Why pre-poll alliance? Because they are formed before the elections are held, before the poll are announced, before these election results are occurred. But what if this neither the single party, neither this pre-poll alliance got the majority votes, or both failed to get at least 50% of whole seats. So in that case, or in the situation that so occur is known as hung parliament, because governor cannot call either of the party for forming the government, as they have not secured the minimum quota that is required to form the government. So in that case, the discretion is on the government to whom will be the head of the state, as in CM or in PM, and in case of center it is the president to have discretion. So in that case, what left in the hand of these parties is to form a post-poll alliance. For example, if one party failed, a single party failed to secure the minimum seats required to form the government, that party come in coalition after the election results are announced to secure that minimum required seats, and can claim to secure the majority, and hence to claim for forming the government. In that case, the governor has discretion as to who will form the party. Either it would be the post alliance party, or it would be the party winning the maximum votes, even though those maximum votes were not sufficient, or were not those required for a minimum quota, but yes, they were the maximum votes. For example, let's consider the situation. For example, for better understanding, consider in the state assembly elections we have 350 seats. So 175 would be the minimum seats required for either a party or pre-poll alliance to secure, so as to form the government, or so as to nominate the CM from their party. So in that case, if the single party, the party which was not in coalition with any other, secured 160 votes. Other alliance, there was two oppositions actually. The other one was an alliance. Alliance got 150 votes. The remaining votes were some smaller parties. The remaining votes were with smaller parties. So we have for this single party having the maximum votes, though not one required for the securing the seat. Coalition, the alliance have second largest vote, and the others have the remaining votes. So now what this single party can do, they can talk to the other parties, they're having some 10 to 20 seats, to form the coalition after the election results are announced, so the total would exceed the 175, that was the minimum required seats. So the alliance that will form between this single party and this other party would be the post-poll alliance. So now it will be on the discretion of the governor either to call the single party having the maximum votes after the election result was announced, either to call this post-poll alliance. In both cases, it would be on the discretion. Now, when this case was gone before the Supreme Court said, while dealing with the hung Parliament of Karnataka case, the Supreme Court said that the Supreme Court referred to Punchi Commission recommendations in a case of hung assembly. It said for forming the governor should follow constitution conventions in a case of a hung assembly that was recommended by the Punchi Commission. What were these recommendations? I'll read them out. The party or alliance which get the widest support in the legislative assembly should be called upon to form the government. Means that single party that got 160 votes can also be called by the governor to form the party. If not, then if there is a pre-poll coalition or alliance, it should be treated as one political party, and in case such coalition gets a majority, the leader of such alliance shall be called by the governor to form the governor. And in case no pre-poll coalition or party has a clear majority, the governor should select the chief minister in the order of priorities indicated for here. First, the group of parties which had a pre-poll alliance of the largest number, the largest single party which claims to form the government, then the post-electoral alliance with all partners joining the government. So, what Supreme Court wants to say by these lines are, in the case of a hung assembly, what the governor could do, either he could call the single party, he could call the single majority party securing the maximum seats almost near to the minimum required quota. So in this case, the 160 was the near required quota. So the governor shall call that party. If not, then the next step would be the pre-poll alliance. If the pre-poll alliance, if single party do not have those about 2 votes, then the governor should call this pre-poll alliance. If this not, then we'll come to the post-poll alliance. So here is, as we have seen, 160, 152 and others. 160, 150 plus 22 will be 175 plus. So, but per se, the governor shall call upon this single party, not the post-poll alliance. So that's all about the post-poll alliance. Hope you like the video. Do like and subscribe the channel. Thank you.